Yo, yo, yo. Welcome back, or if it's your first time, welcome. Arms opened and air hugs to everybody. This is You Be Alright podcast, where we just like to have fun, give you some entertainment. Sometimes it helps us get through some, work through some problems of our own. I am Gene Labordi. My brother, who is second mic, is not on screen yet. He's diddling his diddler. Yeah, he's got done diddling himself. Diddling himself. And as always, my beautiful wife, our producer, our EP executive producer, Rachel Labordi. EP, will you give us our plugs, please?
Okay, we are on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. All of our social media handles are on the screen, so take a screenshot if you're watching the video, or you can go to our website to find all of our links, AML.NEWS.BLOG.
And as always, leave any comments, hate, love. No hate speech, though. We don't get down with that type of stuff around here. But yeah, let us know if you like it, and yeah, maybe share with a couple friends, get a couple laughs. You could be early on board. Yeah, we're still in the process where you can be like, I knew those guys before they were the biggest thing.
It's gonna happen, so get in.
It will happen.
And remember, you're gonna be alright.
You'll be alright, guys. But yeah, let's jump on in. So how was your week?
Good so far.
I mean, we basically see each other every day, so it's hard to ask in reality how your week was.
Do you even really care how my week was?
I wanted, not in a bad way, but in an eventful, like I want something to go down at your apartments. Like I wanted, like
something did go down.
Ooh, okay.
Nothing crazy, but you know how I was saying earlier before we were on camera that I'm Good Samaritan now.
Yeah.
Well, check this out. So you know how in the parking lot I was saying that guy with the trailer blocks up 2 parking spots? The other night I went home. This was actually like a week ago. I went home late. I probably was leaving here. It was like 11:30. And there's the trailer parked in the way. And I'd had enough. No. I picked the hitch end up. It was heavy too, but yeah. I was righteous, so I was stronger. And I fucking rotated it.
Yeah, you swiveled it.
I swiveled it and I pushed it over into a corner and then parked my car next to it. And ever since then, it stays there.
Well, that's the thing, because a trailer, I don't know if it's laziness or something, which it wouldn't even make sense, because it's almost harder for him to put the trailer, because he's putting it long ways. He's putting it like perpendicular to the
yeah.
Which, if the way you swiveled it is what I'm imagining, to only take up 1 parking space, right?
Yeah.
Which it seems like it's the way it is. It seems like it's harder for a truck, to back that in that way.
And well, because he would just. Oh yeah, I guess you're right. Unless he backs all the way down the driveway, which there's no way he does. So anyway, now it's staying like that. And when I moved in, 2 people that lived there mentioned to me, like, this fucking Mexican, he's not Mexican, but he's something, is blocking up the parking lot with these fucking trailers. And I was like, you know what? I'll take control here.
Yeah, because when I first seen it, I was like, why, though? Because, like, what benefit besides him just being a dick?
Like, for real, I think he was trying to claim that because I pay for these units, I get
2 parking spots.
This is my shit. To like lock it down.
Yeah, I thought the same thing. Yeah, well, that's good.
So, am I the Good Samaritan?
That was Good Samaritan.
Yeah, and I didn't claim like that. I did it. I told nobody.
You probably maybe don't want to either, because who knows?
The guy, he has to know, because I parked my car
right next to it
after I moved it. But I'm not walking around knocking on people's doors saying, "Hey, you see what I did?"
if you sent a Christmas card to everybody and was like, "This is me, I'm the guy," and like put
You're
a picture.
Welcome. Yeah. Merry Christmas.
One question I had to ask when we were moving in, and this is a pet peeve of mine a little bit, especially for cigarette smokers. When we were moving in, the Outback, it was a glass jar that was just filled with water, and a bunch of cigarette butts in there. And it was black. It's so gross looking. Is that still there?
Was it a mason jar?
Yeah.
I noticed that too.
You did? I didn't notice that there were cigarette butts in it.
Well, I just assumed because the water was like that black gook. And I think I did see kind of some white at the bottom.
Yeah.
And like, what else could it possibly be?
You know who lives in that unit?
The permanent spot taker.
Yeah. Yeah, those motherfuckers. And they got all kinds of bullshit. You know, I don't really care, but technically it's a common area. But like,
and they took that deck as like that half of that deck is their deck.
Yeah.
Which I would probably kind of do the same.
I think they've lived there forever.
Yeah. Well, to just be like, this is my spot. And like, because there's like, I don't see an issue with like, you know, having some like 2 lawn chairs there or something.
Even have your grill out there. That's fine.
Yeah.
But there's just like.
But that cigarette butt thing was like all as far as over that's like not in front of their door kind of. So I took like, in my mind, I was like, they're trying to like, this is our marker. This is our part of the deck.
Right. This is the line of whatever. That like, you know, if you stand near this, you're in our property.
This toxic.
If the white pickup truck that's in the only spot that's like next to the building, if that didn't give it away, here's this disgusting jar of cigarette butts.
And also, that car, like the way it's parked, can it does make it a little bit more difficult for the other spots.
I know.
You can get out, but it makes it so when you back out, you got to do a little bit of maneuver.
It's like the biggest fucking car.
Yeah, it's like a Suburban or something.
Yeah, fucking the fats, man.
Yeah, and it literally is because like it's
too long. Yeah, like the one spot you have to like
Google it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not like it doesn't block it, but it's enough where when you live somewhere, those small things start to add up. Especially you're moving some groceries or something, and you go, do they really? Because all it's doing is like saving 15 steps, maybe.
Yeah. Plus, my thing is, excuse me, I would be like, I don't want anybody backing into my truck.
Yeah. Why
would I park my long ass truck here? You know, somebody's gonna go sauced up one night and back into that shit.
That's yeah.
But I don't even go out back there really unless I'm getting my mail or to go to my car.
Have you got the mail thing figured out?
Man, I'm starting to get some my dad's fucking mail again. I got a Pico bill. Pico's not even out here.
That's the backstory of this is my brother changed addresses and went and did the right thing. The U.S. Postal Service is not as well put together as you'd like to imagine it should be.
No, they just slapped a sticker
they
on
literally,
it and started sending all the mail from my old address, including my father's mail. And now, like I told you, Home Depot thinks that I'm him, and they're sending me his mail.
It doesn't make sense.
That one doesn't make any sense.
But yeah, so yeah, it just goes to show, like, even it's something that is like the USPS used to be like that held honor, kind of.
Yeah.
Because mail, like, it still is very important, but especially for technology, that was like the most legitimate thing you could possibly, like, communication-wise and shit. And then now it's just, there's stoned teenagers being like, fucking, it's almost the same name, send it here.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, now that people use the internet to order packages by the billions every day, I think it, like, overloaded the Postal Service because Amazon doesn't deliver all their packages.
Yeah.
A lot of them go through the Postal Service. So I think they've had to expand quickly. But, when you see that truck, the post office truck, you're still kind of like if anybody else was put on the side of the road blocking traffic,
oh yeah,
you'd be like, who's this motherfucker?
Mm-hmm. Well, and that's also something of like I respect the work that they do. It's, there's no honor in it. And it is kind of shitty. Like, there's rain, sleet, snow, or whatever. Shit's got to get done. Now, a lot of times they're in, especially my postal guy. I don't have mailbox on the street. My dude,
that's...
And he's got the hill across the street. Like, my dude hustles. And I'm a tipper, so he always, what's his name? Gary?
Yeah.
Gary, he always puts, like, we just got it this week. of a Christmas card, and it looks like a little kid signs it. You know, he just writes out a bunch just as a reminder of like, yo, you got a mailman, because I leave him a $20 tip for Christmas.
So he drops a card into your mailbox.
And I assume everybody's mailbox.
I think also, which is just what I always thought, is he wants to make sure people know his name so they can like leave him a card that says Gary.
Yeah. And to show that he's the same guy, because I think actually, so we do it for our mail guy. We give him a 20 on Christmas, and we give our trash guys a 20 and our recycling guys a 20, because we'll put some and it pays off, because
they'll take some extra
take some extra stuff. And like, dude, for like 5 months after Christmas, they were putting our trash cans back on the side of the house for us.
Really?
And like, it's something like, because
then that guy quit, and now it doesn't happen anymore.
No, I think just after a while it kind of like, you know, might wear off. But last year, because they come so early, like we must be one of their first runs. Probably some lucky. I hope it was a lucky, like, nice guy. Got it. They never got the money the first time we put. Was it just the recycling, Rachel, or was it for both?
They both were gone in the morning, and I ended up finding one of them like all the way down the street. I think it was a super windy day.
So we just put a $20 bill with like a thank you guys in an envelope, taped it to the trash can, and did it for the recycling can as well. Mm-hmm. And she found one, so we just assumed neither of them got it. But then we did another 20 and 20 each for them.
Damn, you guys must have been balling back then.
That's a shitty job, and like I said, it pays off.
The trash man's a shitty job. I don't know how bad the recycling.
We have quite a lot of recycling.
Yeah, and also because recycling is boxes, so you're supposed to break down your boxes.
Yeah, man. What the fuck, dude? People just shove whole boxes in their trash. You guys do that, don't you?
Well, in our recycling, but no, we will, because we get so many boxes. We'll put them in, like, it's something where it's a one grab.
Like next to the trash?
Next to the recycling.
Okay, yeah, okay.
So we make it easy for them, but really, and they send out paper, you're supposed to, like, it's supposed to be broken down, and the cardboard is supposed to be cut up into 12 by 12 pieces. I
think it's supposed to be, like, tied together even, so they can easily.
Yeah. So that's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
And also, like, you can't recycle glass. Like, you have to take your glass somewhere. But we, you know, those dudes, like I said, I like to get generous around the holidays. I do.
And
it does make me feel.
The trash, that's a rough job. Just physically. Like, some people's trash cans are heavy as shit.
Yeah, especially when it rains.
Oh, man.
You put, like, something in there that's a little absorptive and it rains, that shit. And then with the...
And it's a service the world really needs.
Oh, my God, yeah.
Have you seen other countries, bro?
Well, it asked New York for that, like, half a month during COVID when they... Yeah, dude, it was, like, bad. But also with our recycling, I'm pretty sure it's just one guy, too. So he's driving and hopping out, so he's in and out of his truck the whole time.
Yeah, that's a lot.
So, and that's just the few times I've seen him, who knows. But I think it was the year before, the fucking right guy better get this. Because my concern is that's the week the trash guy took off, and the replacement is like, dude, working Christmas week is sweet.
Yeah, or the new guy or something.
Yeah.
But quite frankly, I'm sure the regular guy, he's like, I'm not missing anyone.
Yeah.
Well, and I think back to of him sharing that his name is Gary. I think if there's an envelope in the mailbox that says Gary, he has to, if it's another person, he has to give it to Gary. But if it says mailman, then
it's up for grabs.
Yeah, if you're a mailman, you can have it.
Well, and then also, if you're doing like the trash guys, they're probably like, yeah, I'll just take off the week after Christmas.
For real, yeah. You're not even putting it to risk.
And we usually do it like the week before. We try to make sure, it's like a time, because that's why I was upset, because I was like, she was like, I found the freaking envelope we had, so neither of them got their money.
Did you get the money back out of it?
Well, she got the money for the one, but the other one never got found. So there was an envelope with a $20 bill in there that, might be sitting in the woods, or some teenager was like, sweet.
Yeah. Well, I got to be honest with you. Leaving a piece of, like the mailman giving you guys a card, I've never heard of that. Our mailman never did that.
Yeah. Also, like, the mailman at home has it easy. He doesn't have to get out of his truck. And I've seen, and it seems like they've changed a lot. I've seen him huff and puff because I'd come home and then the parking, yeah. So he actually had to take half a step out of it, and I've seen him go like huff and puff about it a little bit because he's spoiled. Because I bet all his routes he probably has to get out of his truck like just a handful of times.
Yeah.
Where my dude, he parks over here and does like, up and down.
Pittsburgh's a fucking pain in the ass like that. I noticed that, dude.
There are neighborhoods that obviously have the mailbox on the street, but
not many.
Yeah, I mean this whole section is
why
house.
Is that?
Well, it would be. I mean, think about this road. It would be weird if there was mailboxes on this road. It would look weird.
I don't think so.
Well, because there's no separation. Like at home, it's yard, sidewalk, yard, curb. So we would just have a mailbox like in the middle of the curb here.
Yeah, I don't think it would look weird, but I know what you're saying.
And it would just, and because that road's already tight.
That's true.
I feel like mailboxes would get hit all the time.
Yeah. Especially because there's on-street, but...
That's another thing about Pittsburgh. Driveways aren't that common.
I think it's because...
they're not uncommon.
Yeah,
no,
people...
It's just this area. Like the whole South Hills, nicer parts of North Hills, they've all got driveways.
It's definitely less common than back home, but it's simply because back home in eastern Pennsylvania is flatter.
Yeah.
So, like, there's houses... Like, my house... Well, I have a driveway in the backyard, but, like, think of some of the houses on this street...
I
Their
don't
driveway.
think that's true though, because there's a lot of Pittsburgh driveways that just suck because they are 90-degree angles up a hill.
But I bet they were added later on, like because a lot of these houses are from the steel boom. So like their driveway, most houses probably only had one car.
Yeah.
So like like the few driveways on our street, I bet they were added after. Like the house was built, where when our house was built, it was built with a driveway, with a garage. It's also like none of these houses have garages too.
No, everybody has like a separate garage if there's one at all. Like off the house.
Or like the little awning.
But how's your week?
A couple of events. I was telling you, working at the store, I had and I hate to say this, but it's just the facts. And I think it's their culture. Excuse me. I don't know what they were, but they were foreign. And I know that because 3 of the 4 women that came in did not speak English or acted like they didn't speak English. Mm-hmm. And it was just one of those things. A lot of cultures, haggling is just like a normal thing. And especially like, they'll go to Target. Like this family goes to Target, probably realizes you can't haggle. You know what I mean?
Real quick.
In my store, it's literally, it's not even price tags. It's a sticker with, dollar amount on there. So I think, they think, well, this is like a flea market kind of.
Right.
Which Americans do this too. Older white women just want to try and win one over on me because, that's what pisses me off.
People, if it's a small business, just pay the price.
Yeah, I'm not trying to rip you off, and it's not like I'm a small, tiny little thrift store, to paint the picture. But they came in and they just did the thing where they tried to overwhelm me by asking a bunch of questions. Like I've learned these tactics by now, and so it's like the 3 women who can't speak English. Well, 2 couldn't, 1 half, and then there was a little kid that was doing all the conversating. And how much is this? And I'd be like, that's $13. Tell the mom would go, ugh. And she'd go, $8? I go, no, it's $13. So she's not only, she's haggling with a kid. And this poor little girl has no idea what's going on. She's like, can I just please buy this, like, marker?
She's used to it, I imagine.
Yeah, yeah. But so it was just one of those things. I still think they might have stole something.
Does that stick with you for days?
Yeah, I mean, that happened, well, not that many, but I mean, that happened 4 days ago. And I can't prove it, but just the way they were acting. The really thing that pissed me off, I'm getting used to, you never get used to the haggling because like I've told you, like I've had old white men get mad with me because I'm like, they have to pay tax. They haggle with me, and they get mad that they can't get a deal, and they buy it anyway. And then when I say, yeah, it's that plus tax, they're like, what the? They get all mad. I'm like, do you go to fucking Walmart and ask, hey, I don't want to pay tax on this?
Or like,
I'm like, you're in a store. I'm not on the side of a road with a table.
Yeah, this isn't a cash-only roadside stand. How long have you lived in Pennsylvania?
It's just, yeah. So, I'm haggling. It's funny in the picture because basically it's me getting angry with a little girl while the mom stands here. It's like those scenes in movies like, tell him I'm not talking to him. Tell him I'm not talking to him. It's that type of thing. And then so after this happens, they end up buying like 3 pairs of shoes. And they actually got a deal because I found the stickers. It's really easy. We purposely do this for the people. We don't use super adhesive stickers because, like, especially on glassware, that glue gets stuck.
Yeah.
So, like, God forbid, we're trying to be nice, but people take advantage. Like, so with the shoes, that sticker comes off like nothing because we put it in the sole. So they're like, how much? How much? And they're just trying to overwhelm me. I go, $4. And then she went and grabbed 2 pairs of that same shoes. They were like kids' shoes because she knew what she was doing.
Yeah.
And I go, all right.
The whole family goes. They know what to do, but I wonder if it's a spoken plan.
It has to be because
Or
this
they're
is
just used to it.
This is where it got even. So I go, all right, whatever. And you know what? It's inventory. I really don't care. I mean, at least they bought something. Let's put it that way. But the one girl gave herself up because she wanted to buy this mirror, and they didn't. I kept telling the little girls, like, there's stickers on everything, but they still would just grab it. They grabbed like 20 fucking items, and they wouldn't put it back. They just dropped shit on the floor. Like, when they left, I had to put back like 10, 12 items. Clothing, suitcase. The lady, she held up a suitcase, and I couldn't find the price sticker, and she just went,
God,
dude,
damn.
I was getting livid. And here's another thing, all right? It's going to sound old manny. There was a mother, a grandmother, and I'll say 5-year-old child. Like, enough where he's just grabbing things, and he's like, I want this, I want this.
This is a different unit?
This is a different unit, but they're in the store at the same time. That kid was being well-behaved. He was sticking by his mom. He wasn't just sticking his hands in the jewelry and tying up all the fucking necklaces. I forgot to mention that the foreign family had a little boy who was around the same age, maybe even a little bit older. And, dude, he needed to touch every fucking thing in my store.
And you're just getting hotter and redder and madder.
And, well, here's the thing. They're not trying to wrangle him. I swear to God, they go, hey, just let him go.
It's all part of the plan, dude.
That's the thing. When you start getting mad, you start getting a little conspiracy based, and I'm like...
No, but it is adding an element that makes...
I mean, kids come in, and listen, shopping with kids, I'm sure, is hard. But and you come into my store, maybe you don't know what to expect. It is small, and it's tight spaces. But I can fit in every space. So that's when I designed the layout, I go, if I can fit, everyone's going to be fine.
Everyone's good to go.
But there are some spots, and like this little kid, like, he's just doing a thing. He's grabbing it and coming up to me and goes, what's this? What's this? And then just leaving it on the counter.
Oh, man.
And, dude, so, yeah.
How do you not say something?
Because I was slightly punching my counter the whole time.
Yeah, man.
You can't let people get that mad.
Well,
It's retail, so people
yes.
suck.
Is it disrespectful, though, to say to the parent, like,
We could put a sign up that said no...
Can't say no children.
No,
unattended?
Yeah, like children.
But here's the thing. We also have a sign.
They still wouldn't do it.
Yeah, but then we could say, excuse me, we have a sign up. Please make sure your
But we
child...
also have a sign that says
Bring your
all
dogs.
prices are final. And, yeah, we also have a sign that we're pet friendly.
Yeah,
But
and we are.
Well, we've learned that people don't read. And then even, like, I thought, like, all right, let's put it, literally there's a sign behind the counter that says, all prices are final. People go, can I do this half price on this? And I'll point, I go, we keep all the prices. And they'll go, yeah, but can you do, like, at least knock a couple bucks off? because then they're like, yeah, okay, you printed a piece of paper. I don't care.
Yeah, right.
And this is all in the thing of like, because people have stolen from us. Dude, go steal from a fucking department store that doesn't care. That the employees don't care. This is, you're walking to a place that obviously this is a small family business.
It really is a low down move to steal from a small, especially these days when small businesses are like extinct. You know how easy it is to steal from Walmart, people?
It's like directly stealing from a family or from a person to steal from a small business. Where Walmart, you're not affecting one person or two people.
Theft is in their budget.
I was gonna say they literally are like, okay, yeah, we're gonna get a couple $1,000s stolen this month. I'm not even gonna make a couple $1,000s this month. So like, and I feel like that's like what's the term? Honor amongst thieves type. That's like a rule. Like
it should be. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I feel like real criminals like, dude, that's a struggling person there. Where they're just go fucking steal from someone. Those employees don't care at Walmart. Go fucking steal from them. Seriously. And you're gonna get brand new. And also, I kind of take pride. I think I price things very well. Honestly, a lot of people tell me I underprice things, and I go, well, I'd rather it not sit on the shelf, and if someone's gonna use it, I'd rather them use it. So if you're gonna come steal a $4 T-shirt off me, like look at yourself in the mirror.
Yeah.
But on the funny note, on the end of that kind of story,
when you get aggravated, it's pretty funny.
Yeah, well, especially in that moment because I'm pacing back and forth. Because I told you today, I was like, I have about I think a 90% accuracy of as soon as someone walks into that store, I kind of know how it's going to go down.
Yeah,
I usually know if someone's going to buy something or not, and sometimes I'm wrong, and sometimes it's just an annoying person that's like they drank too much coffee and want to talk to me too much. And I'm usually down for the conversation. But as soon as they walked in, I go, and they were there for like 40 minutes. And the whole, that's why I think this, there was some planning this, because the kids came immediately flushed at me, and then the two older women went straight to the clothes.
Mm-hmm. I mean, if it wasn't planned, it's pretty good tactics.
It's just, when you have someone less than 6 years old, you go, stayed with me. Mm-hmm. The little kids will immediately go to where the valuables are. He's picking up wine glasses and, figurines and playing in the jewelry. I had to untie 4 necklaces when he left.
Just tangling shit up.
Yeah. But the one girl, and I that's almost where I was like, you guys can speak English? I almost said that because the one who I would be the third.
Like the auntie?
I would say she was more of the oldest sister. I'm going to categorize her that. She was not speaking English the whole time, but she wanted this mirror, and she kept on it. And then she grabbed the little sister, and the little sister go, how much for this mirror? There's no sticker, and it's where a place I'm dealing with this mom fighting with me. I'd have to go around the counter, go out there, and I go, there should be a sticker. There should be a sticker. And I go, $20. Just fucking this mayhem's going on. And she goes, nah, okay, no. 5? And I was first I was like, what? I was like, 20, and it's like a fancy mirror. I figured out which one she was looking at, and I was like, $20 is a good price. And then
was that even the right price? $20?
No. So this is where it's going. So she keeps going back, and she's acting like, okay, no, I don't want it. They're about to leave, and then they both come back in, and then they grab the little girl to fucking come talk to me. $8, and I go, no, it's $20, and they keep doing this for a while, and then I figured how it happened. She was about to pick it up, and the sticker was on the bottom. The little girl seen it. She goes, no, that's $20. You can't buy. That's $25. And the mom, the one who was being the total not English speaker, smacked the little girl and was shut up. You're about to ruin this for us. And then they left.
Yeah.
Because the little girl gave away that oh no, it's $25. And I was like, see, you guys knew that the price the whole time.
So all that aggravation and they bought.
I made $8 or something like that. Oh, and then she tried jipping me on money. No, it was $13, and she gave me a 10 and started walking away.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's gay, guys. Don't be gay like that.
Don't be foreign like that.
I try to be, and I try to be so cordial. I try and help the community there. Oh, the other thing I want to tell you, right before here, I had to run to go get cigarettes, and Rachel, I'm sorry I forgot your Doritos. Say it's okay.
It's okay.
That took every ounce of effort to get those words out.
Well, Rachel has a newfound love of the purple Doritos, which I've loved forever. Rachel's a spicy girl now. She's liking all these spices.
Hey.
But anyway, I went to the store. She goes, pick me up those. The reason I forgot is on the way there, I seen, dude, I almost slammed on my brake, but I had someone behind me. On like the main road heading towards 7-Eleven, a dude had so many trash bags in both hands and fell down the last 2 steps flat on his face.
Oh, man.
Dude, because I think they were heavy enough he couldn't get protection. Dude, he went straight down.
Would they, like, pull him down?
I think he, like, missed the step or his heel got caught up. I caught it out of, like, the corner of my eye, and the first reason I was slamming my brake, I was like, that guy was heavy set. What just happened? And then I was
Why
like,
does it always happen to the fat
I
guy?
know. It's all, he wasn't picking his knees up high enough is what it was. But because it's like, it's probably only like 5, 6 steps at the beginning of this apartment complex, and he was almost there. And
this was an apartment complex?
Yeah, but it faces the roads.
But you shouldn't be piling up that many trash bags in an apartment.
Good point.
That's on him, fat guy.
Yeah.
Stop gathering trash up in your fucking
Especially
apartment.
this is a Saturday night.
What are you doing, dude? Get your fucking act
He's hiding his... Someone was coming over and he was hiding how much food he just ate that week.
God, I hope.
But yeah, I mean, because they were all white trash bags and there was multiple in both hands.
He was a white trash bag too?
He was a white, yeah, good point. He was a white trash bag. Oh man, yeah, that's. But I couldn't stop, and it was funny too because I was like, dude, if I can get to 7-Eleven and back, because I was literally like, not even a quarter mile away. I was like, I think I can see the end result of this.
Yeah.
And so when I went back, I went slow, and I didn't get to see him. It was unfortunate. Well, probably fortunate, but I mean, the only thing that might have saved him, and I know this from experience, I'm hoping his gut might have saved him.
No, because if you hit your gut, then you fucking flop down and hit your chin.
Yeah, but I think it might might save
pendulum,
teeth.
Or, you know what I mean?
Yeah, because you could see that he couldn't get the brace of his hands down. That was a hard fall, dude.
Did he let go of the trash or did he not? He probably couldn't see all.
It happened so fast, but I just know he hit hard with no arms down.
Well, you shouldn't be gathering up fucking trash.
And now I'm thinking about it. If there's multiple trash bags, he probably was doing the grocery bag trick where you put the straps around your wrist, so you can kind of get more on there and then grab more with your hands. So he probably did get to let go.
I'm like trashing this dude, and they're probably like donations for like Toys for Tots or something.
He's fucking, this dude, yeah. No good deed goes unfucking punished. Yeah.
I think that's the saying. Is that a saying?
Yeah, no good deed goes unpunished.
It doesn't really make sense, though.
It does. I mean, in that scenario, it does. If he was going to donate, it's like, fuck. Why? I was trying to do something good and something bad happened.
Right.
You know. It's like, yeah, I'll help you move, and then it's like, I blew my back out.
How about that guy that you saw at the car wash? Where his balls were out?
Oh, dude. I think I might have said this in the show before. My buddy Dave, who he might be on an episode in the future, has told me, he's like, we worked together, so we go out to lunch. We were buddies. He was like, dude, you attract craziness. Because I'm always the person that, you go to like McDonald's and there's a slow guy who works there. I'm always the one who comes up and will be like, did you watch Ed, Edd and Eddy when you were younger? And then we'll get trap me in a corner. And I'm too in my head to just be like, bye. I can't not engage. And so then I get red-faced.
That's a good quality, though.
Yeah, you feel bad. But, we were driving to our veterinarian, I think. Or at least down the road where our veterinarian is. And it was one of those self-cleaner car washes. And I seen, it was on the left side on a main road. So I had to, I seen this old man go down and then couldn't get up. Like, it was moving slow enough. I seen him do, an attempt or two to try and get up.
Old? How old? Like,
at least
geriatric old?
No. At least 60, but, he could still drive.
Like the build of your dad.
Yeah, so like
so 60, but abused
Rough-
yourself.
Yeah.
rough
at
60.
85.
heavy set most of his life. And let's put it this way, surprise at the end of the story, he wasn't wearing underwear, and I'll tell you why I know that. So he couldn't get up. I had to do I'm a very cautious driver. I'm pretty fucking
You are. You get mad at me all the time when I drive.
I was driving.
Were you driving?
Yes.
Okay. Then how did I notice it? Because it happened on the
Because
left.
It
I
was
guess-
on the right. We were driving. It was on the right side of the street. We were leaving the vet on our way home.
Oh, yes.
And
Okay.
you were in the passenger
You're right.
seat looking out of the car. And
So yeah, it wasn't an easy U-turn. So yeah, she was driving or whatever. But so we go back and I go to help him up, and he was being a dick.
So you pulled over into the car wash because you saw this happen.
Yeah. So what happened is,
Damn.
I think he fell over. Either he just his weight got ahead of him, or he tripped over the hose of the sprayer thing.
Yeah.
And so he was because that's like a garage kind of dude.
Mm-hmm.
He was 20 feet out from there. So he did the thing where he's trying to save
Slow
himself.
fall.
The slow fall, which usually is how you hurt yourself. But yeah, when I got there, he just couldn't get his knees up far enough to get himself back up. And so I kind of had him I was like, sir, you need help? And he was being a dick, but I think it was out of embarrassment. So I got him up. It was not easy because it wasn't just
How
like a
big
simple.
was this guy? You said he was a heavyset dude?
He was pretty. He's definitely over 200. I'd say he probably was at least 250 pounds.
and he was all banged up. Like his knees were bleeding.
His hands were bleeding.
Damn, this guy really ate
He
it.
went on all fours, so his
wow.
hands were bleeding. And
Just from my own understanding, was the car wash busy, or was he the only one there?
he was
The road was very busy. There was a lot of hustle bustle around.
yeah. Because actually, by the time I got him up, another dude, he's seen it and he's ended up pulling in.
Because I know if I fall in a public scenario, the first thing I'm thinking about is how many witnesses are there.
Oh well, remind me about witnesses and falling. I'll give you a nightmare that I've experienced a couple of times now.
Couple of times, ooh.
But no, so I had to do the thing where I got behind him because I couldn't do the football pickup where if you sit on your butt, give me your hand.
You had to give him the underhooks.
I had to get behind him and give him the underhooks, and that that first few feet of lifting, he can't do anything, and it's kind of gravelly, so his feet slipped. The reason I know he wasn't wearing underwear is because when I was trying to do the football lift, he was wearing khakis that had, bro, this guy knows this is his.
For real, dude. What do you?
He had to have known. You had to have felt it. And I don't, where the tear was, there's no way that happened during the fall. I've split plenty of pants.
Yeah, I've split some pants too.
Sometimes it gets stuck on your knee. You got to lift it. His knee, the pants on the knees were scraped up and had some holes. But bro, it was perfect. When I went to pick him up, I was laying down the fucking laser of just old balls.
Pubic hairs?
Yeah,
Rough,
of
big
course.
bush?
If I were to make a guess, some sort of Italian man.
Was it a long dong?
No, I didn't know dong. I didn't see no dong.
Just bush.
All balls.
Oh God.
It might have been his balls were his dick was inside of him. It was it sucked. And that's not. I don't care who you are, how straight you are, or whatever. When you look at that, you look and then you double take. You're did I just see nuts? And I was yep, I see nuts.
There's all this activity going on too.
Adrenaline's going a little. I'm not gonna lie.
Of course, it's very awkward. It's a busy street. You're worried this guy's hurt. He's being a dick up front. Now maybe he was embarrassed.
And he was a dick at the end too.
Well,
because when I got him up, he just walked away and started and went back to cleaning his car.
I would push that motherfucker back down. He didn't even say thank you,
dude. Not a word to me. He didn't talk to me I don't think he said a word the whole time. And maybe that was embarrassment.
No. You say thank you.
Yeah, I went out of my way, and it wasn't a simple. It wasn't just first try I got him up. It took me we tried 2 of those, and I was all right, on 3, 1, 2, 3, didn't happen, and then I fucking had to get back and fucking deadlift this motherfucker.
Not to mention it was peak COVID time. So
True.
We were
And
kind of ooh.
I got his blood on
We
my.
were talking about that last night. He's a dirty COVID fucker.
I got his blood on my hand.
COVID and AIDS.
In the moment,
Dude, I am genuinely pissed off right now. I wanted to find this guy and be like, "Hey, buddy."
And you know what?
Fuck you, man.
To add to the
Wear
story,
underwear.
it was probably like an early 2000 like Oldsmobile. Like it was a crap car. So yes, this was COVID. This guy definitely
Dirty COVID
was like,
fucker.
yeah, he was. I'm sure he was against the vaccination. I still just can't get over old. Like, did I? I'm actually shit. I'm having. Did I help a creep, bro?
Like touch
No underwear.
for real.
With a hole, maybe he shows people through the hole.
No, maybe he's one of those guys that goes and he likes to jerk off in public places.
The hole wasn't that. I will have to, to be honest, the hole wasn't that big.
Well, you said all you saw was balls and bush, so maybe you don't need a big hole.
Yeah, it's just like you have to feel that or notice it. I don't care if I don't feel it. No,
I just people. If someone helps you in public, I don't care how embarrassed you are. You say thank you. Do you know how rare that is?
yeah.
And you continue to do nice things. I'm the good Samaritan. Okay.
You good Samaritan.
But
I just get put in those situations a lot, and I'm also the guy. Just because I'm bigger, I'm always the first. Yo, buddy, my car is stuck in the mud. Can you? It's happened to me.
And you got the truck.
Well, not even before the truck. Like jumper cables. That's whatever. Because anyone can have jumper. But I'm always the guy. I'll fucking anytime there's a dirt. You go to a haunted house. There's a 3 out of 10 chance that someone's gonna get stuck, and they're gonna be like, "Look at that big motherfucker! Hey, buddy!"
Haunted house? That's
I don't know. I was trying to think.
Why
That's
did you
We've never gone to a haunted
Why
no.
did you get
That's
stuck in a haunted
you know why?
house?
Not in the haunted house, the parking lot. And the reason I bring that up is because Snyder's. Remember the haunted house at
Snipes.
Not Snipe. Whatever the one we used to go to all the
No,
time.
not Snipes. You're right. What the fuck was that called?
Whatever that was.
Shady Brook?
Shady Brook. I think so. Okay. 3 times.
Bucks
Because
County, PA.
we used to go there especially
Yeah.
every year, and I was always because they have a shitty because it's in August or October and it's all dirt road and their driveway has fucking divots.
It's all,
so it's always
potholes
some fucking Volkswagen Jetta gets stuck, a lady with her kids and she's panicking, and I'm like, fine, I'll just get mud all over my shins while you floor it and I push.
Did you get him out though?
Yeah, I've always been. Yeah, I've yet to, actually. There's only been one time I did not get a person out of it.
Snow.
No, the Uber driver behind the house. I told you that. Felt so bad, dude. This guy comes to pick us up, and
Why
he
was
goes,
he out back?
I don't
Just
know.
Stupid.
Yeah, and sometimes the GPS can mess it up. And he went to turn around, and the long grass. He got his. Rachel, was that a Tesla?
No, it was a Prius.
A Prius. That's it.
Okay, so he wasn't in the gravel because you have
No,
gravel
no.
out there.
There's like a
It's barely a 1-lane road.
rain, almost like a
It's the
rain
drainage.
drain.
Runs
Okay.
along the road, and the
I want
high.
to clarify for the people.
Yeah. And the high grass covered. He thought he could do a K-turn on the road, which is crazy because he could have used my driveway. I still go like, this guy is just dumb. But he calls, he goes, I don't see us. And he goes, no, you have to come around the back. And so that's when he goes to the turn. I'm watching him out of the window up
Right.
top.
Okay.
And I just see, I'm like, no. And you just see the headlights drop. And I'm like, he just bottomed out. He's stuck down there. And it's raining. We were going somewhere nice. And so I had I had khakis and boat shoes on, kind of, which that's my tuxedo basically.
No, yeah.
If I'm in boat shoes and khakis, that means I care about the event. I'm dressed to the nines there.
We were going to bowling.
No,
Yeah.
because I remember. Why would I know I was in nice clothes?
You used to wear boat shoes all the time.
Maybe I don't know.
Well, the story is.
Regardless,
it's
I
better
know
that you were
I was.
dressed up.
I know that for a fact because I got to go help this guy, and I'm like,
And it's raining.
and it's raining pretty decently. I don't care if I
Pitch
get
black out, dark out.
Yeah, it's night.
Okay.
I don't care if I get wet, but I get back there and then I'm like, this is the fucking drainage. And the first step
It's a
I
little
take,
swampy there,
my whole foot went under, and I go, well, I'm already bought in.
We're not going wherever we were going to
Yeah,
go.
and turns out this guy goes, this is my first Uber trip ever.
No.
And I had to sit in his car and try
Yeah,
to
so me and
press
him-
the gas and
And I might be wrong out there, car guys. I'm sorry, but I think he Prius is front wheel drive.
Well, it must have for him to get stuck like that, right?
Either way, we couldn't even get his front tires to touch ground or anything. So me and him are in the front of the car.
Trying to push down.
And then we're like trying to lift, or, we're doing everything we can. And this we're just like, Rachel, get in the front seat and just fucking floor it in reverse. And we couldn't get it unmoved. And we're like, dude, we got to go. And that whole night I was like, he was like, yeah, I'm just trying to make a couple extra bucks for the holidays or something. And he's like, yeah, it's my first trip.
I would officially retire from life, maybe.
Yeah.
He was an older guy, too. He didn't have a good phone.
Yeah.
He had, like, maybe a flip phone.
Well, you're stupid for not paying attention where you're trying to make a K-turn.
That is true.
Especially an older man. As an older man.
It is dark back there, and I can see why he thought that was just flat ground. Yeah,
So
that one
you have no
hurt.
idea how we got out of there still?
I think he did say he had AAA. Because I was about to be like, because AAA you're only supposed to use on the car that's registered to, but I've used it for other people, like buddies and stuff.
Yeah. It's funny how they're really lenient with that.
Yeah, and because I was about to just be like, I can call AAA for you. Like, I was about to put myself out.
Put yourself out
just
there two times.
Feeling bad for him and shit. Back to the falling on all fours.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a hand. It's happened. It seems like it's happened a lot because it's probably like 3 times. But at bowling, at my bowling league, it's just such a shitty building. If it rains, the floor is all sticky. But basically, what happens is, you go to bowl, and your front foot. It would stick.
Yeah.
You're used to sliding, it sticks. And once you're throwing that ball, like all your weight's kind of, your shoulders are past your knees pretty much. Excuse me. And about 3 times now, I've gone down on all fours.
Mm-hmm.
And it sucks too because you're like a baby deer because you land on the lane and the oil, your hands immediately just go like out from underneath of you, and the whole bowling alley sees
Shuts
it.
Down.
Yeah, everyone, and it's happened like old people, and people are like, "Are you all right? You all right?" But when it happens to me and everyone goes, "Oh, are you all right?" I'm like, "Yeah, man, I just felt like I can fall. I'm not 70."
I know what you mean, dude. That's like way worse.
And it's like it's the rest of your game. I'm like, can't even pick up spares. This the rest of the game.
I was gonna say, yeah, you're gonna be terrible.
You're out of it because people are because I've seen people fall, and the rest of the time going like, wonder if he is hurt. You kind of keeping an eye on him. Yeah,
talking,
a little bit,
whispering to each other.
And yeah, there's no good way to get up. Because if I got up, I was like, "I'm fine, everybody." That's code. That right there, everyone's gonna be like, "I bet he's not fine."
Yeah.
So you just get up and go, and then you just got to do that thing. Let everyone know you're like, "Hey guys, floor's sticky. Watch out. I'm looking at the bottom of my shoe.
Everybody, be careful." That's probably the best way to deal with it.
Well, you got to do that thing where, and especially in my head, I go, everybody's now watching me.
Well, they are.
So for 20 minutes, I'm like putting powder on my shoe, making sure everyone sees. I'm like, it's just my shoe was sticky, and like mumbling, I'm like, fucking rain's got these floors sticking.
3 times that's happened.
About 3 times. And when I originally said it, I was like, it happened to me a bunch, but it's because in those 3 times,
that's a big deal.
That's where time slows down of embarrassment.
Yeah.
Do
you get hot and red when you're embarrassed?
Yes.
I start sweating immediately when I'm
not sweating. Especially my complexion, I just immediately like bright red.
Yeah.
And my ears get hot.
I always someone would point out that I'm blushing, and I would be like, "Motherfucker, dude, you're right."
Nah, you're real red. The whiskey. I was drinking a lot of whiskey. That's why I'm red.
Yeah.
That
is one of the few times where you're like, man, being fucking pasty Irish sucks real well.
Well, and it's funny too because I've had some tumbles, but I know how to fall, just from playing sports, especially from wrestling and stuff like.
You can't plan a fall when you slip in bowling though.
No, but it's immediately don't fight it when you're about to that's why I said people get injured when they try and fight the fall because they'll stumble longer and then hyperextend their knee or something. But if you just go I'm falling immediately, which you have to train yourself to do.
No, that's like muscle memory.
Yeah, that's why I say I think wrestling is where I get it because you just roll with it. You know what I mean? you know, like parkour guys do. I'm basically a parkour.
Okay. Is that still on ESPN? I wonder if that's still.
I don't know, but I've seen. I don't watch cable, so I don't know.
Yeah.
But there is a competitive. It's competitive tag, and it's like a huge jungle gym, and like so dudes are doing parkour, running back and forth, and like you had to like not get tagged for like 2 minutes or something.
I think I'm too. I can't.
I mean, let's put it this way: if you're someone who's really into parkour,
you already got your click.
Yeah, and you're like, you guys see the new league coming out? I'm gonna try out next season.
Yeah, it's probably fun, but I just am like.
The one thing I will say I got into for a little bit of something. I mean, growing up, us, you know, when we're little kids, we want to be athletes.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I watch sports, and I now I'm past the age where but you're always like, I could have done that. I could have done, but like, when I see something like, Ninja Warrior. That came out probably when I was in high school. That was one of those things that I liked. I was like, this is cool, knowing full well I could never even get past the first stage, and the first fucking obstacle I don't think I could ever do.
Well, some of it's kind of like luck based.
Little bit.
But a lot of it is like just seriously, how strong are your forearms to hang on shit?
And a lot of those guys are like, you know,
they train for
it. They train now, especially like they train specifically for it. But a lot of those guys are also like rock climbers, so they just have crazy strength. But the point I was gonna ask, like other sports, like how do you watch golf? Because I still dream that maybe I could, you know,
and you could play golf to a certain level.
Yeah,
yeah.
There's no fucking around. You know, there's no putt golf version of Ninja Warrior.
Now, although
that's just a jungle gym. I could go to the elementary school and hang on the.
There are like actually like those trampoline parks and shit where they have a Ninja Warrior section in them.
Yeah, you're right. But once again, I couldn't even. No. I wouldn't at this point in my life. I don't think I'll ever get on a trampoline again in my life.
You shouldn't. Nor will I.
Unless I have a kid and I'll just do lay. I'll lay on the trampoline and play pop, you know, I'll bounce them around a little bit, but because all I can ever think, I always go like, what's the worst case, is just jumping down and my leg's too straight and my leg bends backwards. That's immediately what I think when I think of a trampoline.
Or just like falling where the springs are and like breaking an arm.
I've done, yeah. I mean, I broke the shit out of my elbow on a trampoline.
That's right.
Yeah, because I was unsupervised and I was swinging off a rope onto a wet trampoline in the rain. And snapped my arm in half.
You know, now that you say that, that sounds like some Ninja Warrior shit.
I was young, and it was fun. And it's fun because I think it was like the second time I did it. I like dragged. It wasn't even the full size trampoline. It was like the medium sized trampoline.
Yeah. This
drug
was
it over.
Before there were nets and like enclosures. Nobody had that.
No safety precautions on this thing.
No.
Although it is funny because eventually, I'm sure one of our fat asses broke one of the legs off of it, and then we turned it into a sweet. Remember the sledding ramp we made with it?
Yeah.
Because we had that. It was just a gradual hill, so you could jump on the sled, and kind of ramp off the little trampoline.
And then for a while there, we had it like propped on a hill, like where the legs used to be. It was like on a hill, so you could still kind of use it. But, you know, we're resourceful guys.
Yeah, it's not white trash. It's called being resourceful.
Yeah. Yeah, it comes in handy.
So it's crazy that we even ever had a trampoline.
Well, when I was, I was probably middle school age when we got that.
Mm-hmm. Early middle school, too.
Yeah, there was a while where, like, having a trampoline was, like, trendy.
Yeah.
Like, when all my other friends started getting trampolines, you know what I mean? Like, or if someone had a trampoline, it's like, let's go to Pete's house. He's got a trampoline.
I was like kind of having a pool a little bit.
Yeah. Now, like, they weren't seen as hazardous toys back then. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it only took a couple of broken necks and kids not walking the rest of their lives. Like, well, maybe let's try and put a net around it. And those didn't even work either because if you took off in the wrong angle, that net is not doing shit for you.
No, unless you're like a toddler. But
remember when fucking Slam Ball was around for a little bit?
Yeah.
That was one of those ones that I was young. And if you don't know, Slam Ball was basketball with trampolines, but grown-ass men played it.
Right, so look it up. I bet you there's a professional Slam Ball league still going today.
Yeah, maybe. But I remember that was one of those things I was like, this is going to take off.
Didn't.
It didn't because, at that point, it still was like, dude, Anthony has a trampoline, and we fucking just duct tape a shitty rim to the net of his, and we were playing slam ball in there. But it's funny because it was just 5 of us bouncing on just one trampoline.
Just popping each other on accident.
Yeah, that was pretty dangerous.
So there's an article from August 2022 on CBS Sports that says slam ball is coming back.
To television?
It was last televised in 2002 and 2003 before disbanding.
Wow, 18-year hiatus.
I'll tell you what, if they could do some tweaking to it, that could be entertaining. Not I'm tuning in every week. But
I mean, people don't even watch regular basketball these days.
Yeah, you're right. I'm not. Yeah, it's never going to be a sport, but it'll be something.
He says younger audiences are really out there looking for a sport they can call their own.
Younger audience, fucking. There's 4 major sports and then a 5th if you really want to. Watch those.
Can we? Yeah. Can you watch baseball? Don't let it die. Get your kids into baseball.
If slam ball takes over baseball,
no, dude,
I will just.
I'm emigrating to another country.
Shit, dude. Now remember what were we doing? And we just turned on the TV, and there was it was like a 4-hour block of not even axe throwing, it was knife throwing.
Yeah,
on
and
ESPN
it was,
too.
Really not impressive.
It was very unimpressive.
Looked like the one guy who was on ESPN doing interviews and shit, he'd been axe throwing or knife throwing, whatever, for like 6 months.
Yeah, a couple of months. So, well, no, and all of them, their sponsors were just the axe throwing
shop that they go
shop
to or
that
whatever.
Most of them owned it.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
yeah. Otherwise,
like, sponsored by Alpine Axe Throwing. It's like, yeah, he owns it, operates it, and it's dying slowly.
Right.
And he's like, and it's not even like ninja knives. They basically were like almost axe-shaped knives.
Yeah, there was nothing about it. The only thing that looked official about it were the referees in there.
Well, no, if you remember the referees, like I remember going like that girl. She scored it wrong, and then they had to come back and re-score it. And I was like, this girl, they found her on the street, and they were like, all right, here's a sheet of the rules. We'll pay $150 to hang out all day.
Yeah, right. Well, at least they had the striped shirts on.
Yeah, well, shit, professional darts is 10,000 times better than that is.
Well, they're really fucking good, too.
Yeah. I mean, because, some of those guys were throwing...
They weren't that good.
They were throwing them, and they weren't landing. Like, they would fall off the board.
They were bouncing off and shit.
And darts is one of those things that's been around so long, bar game that everyone can play, and most people have played darts.
Right.
And so...
I've never thrown an axe. I know that much.
Axe throwing is fun, but they make, like, the ones around, because Pittsburgh's very hipstery, there's a couple of them, and they have, like, leagues and shit. Mm-hmm. I've always said, like, I could get into something if I really want. I could never see axe throwing league.
I've lived here now for just over a month. Since I moved into my place, I don't get the hipster vibe from this place at all.
You got to go like downtown to some of the bars.
You go downtown in any city, you're gonna find hipster life.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
I just Googled, just because I was curious, Philly axe throwing league, and there are quite a few.
Oh, I'm not saying it's not everywhere, and there's
Just
not
the
hipsters
SPN
everywhere.
level.
But like, it's a good example, like parts of Etna and stuff, where that big axe throwing place is. I'm not saying it's bad, and it's all over. I guess just because I live here, I notice it. But like small breweries, IPA breweries are real big. A lot of bearded dudes with gauge earrings. Nothing wrong with it, but they wear like they ride like bikes. What's the no gear bikes and shit? Like it's just like they'll take something that's normal and just like put their flair on it to make it.
Basically, what you're describing is just things that are popular now.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like hipster culture. These things are just what people are into.
Gene's just an old man.
I am too, though.
Shit.
I totally get it.
And
Gauged earrings are fucking lame.
Huh?
Gauged earrings? They're not even earrings.
Yeah.
I can't believe that shit.
And once again, I'm not against it because like once a week I go, dude, I want to get a sleeve tattoo on my leg. and then I go, that's just not me.
Yeah, you'd be posing.
I would be posing.
Exactly.
And that's what a lot of these guys that I think I'm explaining are just someone who was posing, but they did it long enough where now they're not the poser anymore.
Well, like gauges, for example, I'm not pro gauges by any means, but once you've committed for a certain amount of time, you've either got to get ear surgery or keep them because your ears are going to be all
that's what I'm
dangly.
saying.
The type of person I'm explaining is just go look at the cook at Chipotle. I guarantee, I would make a bold guarantee that every Chipotle in at least the Northeast, one of those dudes that are cooking in the back ride a single geared bike.
Okay. I'm going to go to Chipotle tomorrow and check it out.
Yeah, you'll see a guy in a tight jeans that don't fit good, and he definitely doesn't wash them enough. Gauged earrings, beard.
Thick rimmed glasses.
Some of them, yes.
When I think hipster, the first thing I think of is thick rimmed glasses, some kind of gauge ear, and an old pair of black and white Converse.
Yeah, I'm a little bit tinted. For me, hipster definitely has a Misfits t-shirt in his closet.
No,
That's
that's
not
not
a
hipstery
hipster.
at all, dude.
So, well, I guess maybe I'm using a different word. I don't know. That this is what I describe as a hipster.
We're on two opposite ends of the spectrum here. Hipster is
like patches, like they have a black jacket of some sorts that have safety pins in them.
Nah, that's not hipster,
that's like
that's my edible romance shit.
yeah. That's
My edible romance is
once
cool.
was emo, but has grown up into
Just looking stupid.
or not even emo, but just
punk. That's what punk
metal
kids with the pins. And
But
the
I think
patches.
that there is in the Venn diagram, a lot of those meet in the middle.
I see hipster as flannel, beard, not so much the thick rim glasses anymore, but the ones that have the like the metal on part of them and then plastic on the other part.
I mean, I guess we're just kind of describe, with different definitions.
Let
Maybe
us know what a hipster is, folks.
What you guys, the flannel, not so much. Because I wear some flannel sometimes, but I wear because
flannels
my dad
almost
was
every day.
basically a lumberjack for a part of our life. The amount of trees we cut down, and
did chop
the
wood.
flannel coat is pretty nice around the fire. But what you guys are describing to me a little bit is what I think is a scenester.
Nobody uses
Yeah.
that term.
No. Scenester.
We talked about scenester on the other.
Did we?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Scenester's
Scenester's not a thing.
There's a certain look in Pittsburgh, and trust me, if I could grow an awesome, a lot of these guys, I have beard envy because they can grow some dope ass thick beards. A lot of them are balding. The person I'm describing,
Definitely.
they have a nice beard, and they wear the hat where they like bend the brim up
Okay.
and ride a
I'm
bicycle.
still dipping my toes into the Pittsburgh scene.
Yeah. And once again, around where you're not going to see it around where you are. We're in the suburbs, basically, of Pittsburgh.
Everyone just looks the same. In the
Yeah.
suburbs. Bored.
Yeah, just a lot of gold and black shirts and stuff.
Oh my God. Yeah. Pittsburgh Steelers fans.
Hey,
Hey, you guys wear your Eagles shit every day.
of course.
So
Hey, I'm
that's what you can expect.
I'm jokingly hating on it, but also everyone who works in an office knows the old lady I'm talking about. Moving past that, and I still think there's a story because once again I track craziness, but the story that came to mind when you were talking about the old lady that I was trying to be nice to.
Right.
I thought Rachel was with me because we just do a lot of stuff together, but this was like, I think I still was in college. And this is how I learned that gas pumps, at the top of them, if you look, there's like, where the hose of the gas pump goes up to, it's got like a box to it. It's got a weird, but it like can pull apart for like as a safety measure.
And it'll seal. So no
I'd
gas
imagine.
comes pouring
I imagine
out?
it would seal. Yeah.
Okay.
But this one I was getting gas, and the lady in front of me was getting gas, and she was like a younger. She probably was in her early 20s. Took off with the hose still in her car, pulled it off, and so yeah, there must be a safety mechanism because like gas wasn't going everywhere. There was a little bit of gas that came out of the hose though,
like it was still in the hose. Yeah. But I'm saying the pump won't keep. Yeah, okay.
She took off and just fucking. She probably was on her cell phone. Just looking back, I'm giving her probably a worst image just because she ended up pissing me off.
Oh, I'm hating this girl.
Yeah. Because she took off, and I stopped. Like I don't know if I was gonna fill up, but I stopped immediately, pumping my gas to get in my truck to try and chase. Or at that point, I was in the Escape, I think probably. Try to chase her down to let her know, hey. And so like we're down McKnight, which is a fucking shit road, and she's just weaving. I had to do some work to catch up to her, and I get up to her, and I'm like through the window. Like, hey, look back. She gave me the fucking bird.
Yeah, man.
This bitch flipped me off, and I go, I hope you catch on fire now.
What's the point of telling her, though? Like, was it dangerous?
Could stop and fucking...
Yeah, she has a fucking She has a hose hanging out of her...
Oh, the whole hose? I thought it disconnected, so it was...
No, it's the handle and probably, I'd say, 6 to 8 feet of hose.
Okay.
So it was hanging out of her car like a tail.
Yeah.
Okay, I was thinking shorter than that.
And I'm also like...
I would want to know. I would hope somebody would...
And it probably is a safety fucking... You know, she's either going to pull up to someone and scratch the shit out of their car, or someone's going to drive over that hose while you're moving and, you know, make the car wiggle.
You were definitely doing the right thing.
I stopped, like, pumping my gas. I fucking hurried up and tried to chase this lady down.
I would be scared, though, if somebody was chasing me on McKnight Road.
Maybe it's the female mentality.
Yeah.
Not paying attention,
but
not good at pumping gas, and she thinks some big guy is trying to fuck with her or something.
But yeah, I wasn't like, call me. I was like at the window, and I was
again.
Call me. But I was like, look back. If I do this to you, you're gonna be like, what? She
was like, yeah, I'm looking at Instagram. Fuck you, man.
Yeah, she just went. And then would not make eye contact. And so maybe it was like, you know, females do got to be more careful in the world than a large man like I do. But I was like, now.
I'd be so fucking embarrassed, dude. So embarrassed, especially if I flip somebody off who is trying to warn me that I was doing some dumb shit.
I really hope the karma in the world, she got to where she was going and put it together. And I hope I've ruined her day a little bit.
You know what probably really happened? Eventually, driving, the thing fell out of her gas tank, and she thought she just left her gas can open.
Because it's happened. I've done it myself, you know, just on my phone, like, not flip the thing back on the gas lid.
That's totally different.
And I've gone to people and go, hey, your gas. And they, you know, looks in his rear and goes, he gave me, you know, give you, thanks, man, thanks. This was like...
I still think about it. Somebody one time made me roll down my window and told me that I had a flat tire. And I was kind of like, oh, my gosh, thank you. Like, do I need to stop? And he was like, yeah, maybe. But I was almost where I was going, so I just kept going home. And I got home, and I did not have a flat tire at all.
He was trying to snatch you.
Yeah, so I'm like, yeah, when I go to think about it, why did he tell me that? And was he going to stop if I stopped?
Well, and here's the thing, too. I didn't even roll my window down. I literally was just hand gesturing. So what was I trying to do? I want to fuck you in your ass. Show me buttholes.
We've talked about it before, though. Anybody yelling in a car just comes across as
I get what you're saying if we're both driving, but if I just left a gas station from pumping gas and somebody was getting my attention, I would immediately check my rearview mirrors.
That's the thing. Mirrors. It literally, all she had to do is do this. Move her eyes 4 inches to her rear view, you know, her side mirror, and she would have noticed, like, oh shit, because it was on her driver's side too.
Most of them are.
And it was a kind of a nicer car. So after it, I was like, this rich fucking bitch done. This world's ruined.
Yeah, right. She just thinks you want to fuck her.
It probably ruined your day more than it ruined her day.
That's the
She probably posted it and was like, LOL, look what I found.
Guys are always trying to catcall me. And I'm like, yeah, I hope that gas gets in your system and you die.
Rachel's saying, though, like, if she did notice everything that happened, she would just giggle.
Probably.
Yeah, like, if I got to a destination and I saw that I had a gas pump hanging out of my car, I would, as long as I was safe and my car didn't explode, I would think it was kind of.
I wouldn't
Is
tell
there a
anybody.
small
I
possibility?
wouldn't tell anybody that happened.
Is there a small possibility she knew about it and was embarrassed and then went on the defense?
Nah.
Because you have to immediately. I mean,
You would stop.
and that's
A
on McKnight
screeching
Road.
halt.
There's 1,000 options to pull into a parking lot. Like every 100 feet, there's an option to pull right. So yeah, that's.
Maybe she had to poop.
There's always that option. That's possible, but
No, fuck this bitch. We're giving her way
no,
too much
I'm with
credit.
you on
Yeah.
this. I don't like this chick. I think she just thought you were trying to catcall her, like you said.
Which is funny because I can't even.
That doesn't work.
I could never even go to a place. I couldn't go to speed dating and be like, "Do you want to go on a date?" I'm in the game. I just you're not. Never mind. I'm an idiot.
You could just
Bye.
pass a note. That's like the limit of it.
But I do get road rage because I get really mad at people's ignorance. I do go 0 to 100 in the car.
I think most people do.
Yeah, and it's just it always bothers me when it's that type of situation of like, someone mistakes happen. Everyone's kind of them has cut somebody off a little bit or whatever.
We dealt with it this morning.
Yeah.
I fucking hate that bridge. What's that bridge called?
Rich, what's the bridge?
Where all the merging goes down right by the tunnel.
Oh, the Fort Pitt.
Fort Pitt, yeah, the main, and everyone in Pittsburgh just went, yeah,
that
get used to
fucking
it,
place.
bud. But so I do try and that's maybe why I'm more of a conservative driver because I've broken off. I don't know. This was probably past the what's that term like when you do a crime and it's no longer.
The statute of limitations.
Yeah, I've broken off. And this is something Dad taught me. If it's really easy to punch someone's side mirror off, and I've done it.
First red flag is that your dad taught it to you. So.
He was a biker, so. And
that's one. Yeah, there's lots of red flags, Rachel. That's
yes.
like all the way at the bottom in terms of the red flags.
But no, I've learned the best move, and this girl kind of did it to me, is if something happens and someone gets real mad, and it really only works when it's not your fault or like it was just an honest mistake. And I've done it twice, and it both happened to be to women on the boulevard where we were driving today. You were like, so I got to go back in this traffic, and I was like, no, there's an easier way.
Mm-hmm.
On that way, someone just trying to shave 2 seconds off their drive, cut me off. They get mad, and if they're trying to yell at you, just start fake hysterically laughing. So like if something happens, I cut you off by accident, and you go, "You motherfucker!" And I just go, "Idiot, dude."
That's pissing me off just thinking about.
Yes,
someone doing
that is the
to me.
move because there's nothing illegal to. Now that person might eventually try and just hit you with their
Ram
car.
you off the road.
Yeah, but that's the move right there because that will ruin someone's day. Just because it's like he not only didn't acknowledge me, he brushed me off in a way that now his day just got better.
Then you're in your head like, is he laughing at my face? What's going on here? What's funny? You don't even know.
I'm not proud of some of my road rage moments.
It's real rage.
I've gotten next to a woman and berated her. I get mad. I've thrown a water bottle at cars.
You're not a good person.
No,
I'm not proud of it. That's what I'm saying. And I work on it. That's the thing. I haven't had
work on road rage though. It's
you're
really difficult not to get furious.
Let's put it this way. I haven't done it in a while, and I've stopped myself from going like, getting behind someone and high beaming them a bunch and stuff.
Yeah. All I know is this. What's really irksome about the whole traffic infraction thing, when I get road rage, it's because somebody's being an asshole and they're getting the advantage.
When they
being
win.
a jerk-off piece of shit, they're skipping the line. Everybody else has to wait in, and no one's going to do anything. So I guess what I'm saying is road rage is good. Take your anger out on these people.
Well, especially the
It's
situation
fucked up,
I know
man.
you're talking. It's the person that holds on right to the last minute to merge, or will go in the far right lane and eventually just fucking be like, and that is what. So that person goes, my 10 seconds is so much more valuable than the hundreds of cars behind me, because what it does is create more traffic.
Yeah.
Where if just everyone went, hey, you go, I go, you go, I go, that's It's just it's the 5 people out of the 1,000 cars
it's that principle. Like, why do the fucking assholes get ahead?
Yeah, because they do.
Because people are nice. That's why. Because we don't shoot them.
That's the thing. Because they know they're like, I get away with it every single day on my ride to work. They go, I get away with it every day. No one can stop me.
Yeah, fuck these people.
And if you do, I'm gonna videotape you and I'm gonna ruin your life.
Call the cops. And also, even like the person on their phone or whatever swerving in their lane, like, they're not getting an advantage on me, but it's just like,
it's the ignorance of danger.
You're fucking with me.
You're in. That's the thing, and millions of comics have talked about this in different ways. You're in a fucking death machine. So when there's this 90-pound girl in her car, and the only thing she understands is the right pedal goes fast, the left pedal stops, and they're just being reckless. It's like, dude, go see a fucked up body from a crash, and maybe it'll change you. Because they're like, this isn't the right song. Fuck you! And then, they're just driving around in their fucking.
They just don't give
their Mercedes that their dad bought them, and they're like,
They're just not thinking. And if you said this to them, they would just laugh and be like, "It's not a big deal."
Well, and in that scenario, she goes, "You're trying to mansplain it to me or something." I'm not going to go down that road.
Fuck your patriarchy, dog.
I'm not going to go down that road. But yeah, it's the ignorance of it. And it's dangerous to everyone else, and they go, "I don't care."
That's why I don't really have a problem with certain types of vigilante justice. You know what I mean? I'm not saying kill them, but maybe, Well,
you had a good idea today. So in the Boulevard in Philadelphia, which that seems criminal to me. If you're going 6 miles over the speed limit, the camera takes a picture and just of your license plate and sends you a $150 ticket or whatever it is.
They're actually going away with that because it's pretty much criminal.
That is criminal.
It's it's not a legal thing, so they're taking all those cameras down. But
and that is like something even cops go like, if you get pulled over and you're like, I know I was doing 9-10 miles over the speed limit, cops going to be like, if you're not being an asshole, you don't have priors
for 10 miles an hour over the speed limit.
At that they go, just do me a favor, be more cautious type of thing.
Yeah.
But if there was cameras for people who did that shit we're talking about, cutting you off or doing something like that,
just being an asshole, doing an asshole move.
I think everybody besides that, I don't even. It's probably higher than what I'm saying, but everyone besides that 15% of population that are the asshole that does that, everyone would be like, that's good. And,
everybody would sign off on that.
Yeah, and don't make it... But
no, we didn't finish. So the thing was, if the camera catches you doing a clear asshole infraction on the road, you get a 10-day license suspension.
Yeah.
Or a ticket, whatever.
nothing crazy, but... If you get that ticket for $75 2 times, 3 times, you're gonna go. I guess then it goes. I'm only shaving off maybe 30 seconds of my day. Mm-hmm. That $75 isn't worth 30 seconds.
Yeah. So maybe we should go to a town hall meeting or something, or wherever they.
And the way you could sell it is like, this is gonna make a lot of money.
It's safer
for this city. It's gonna make a lot of things safer, and really probably
we could finally punish these asshole, selfish piece of shit motherfuckers.
You know where the safety is really it's going to be the person who their wife just left them and they're like, I'm trying to do good, and they're on their last straw. Someone cuts them off and they get stuck in traffic and they go, I can do 15 years in jail. I'm ready to hurt this person.
I'll take a manslaughter charge.
Yeah, I'm gonna pit maneuver this person. I'm ready.
That's that movie, that Russell Crowe movie I told you about. I think it's called Unhinged or something.
Oh yeah, where
this girl and like this, kind of the girl would describe, and cuts him off in traffic, and he just says "fuck it."
That is a reality of this world that probably happens more than
not often enough.
It's just as long as it, and it's the habitual people, because especially on Fort Pitt, that is one, and we weren't even on rush hour.
It's because those people are always running late.
Yes. And
their time is more important than yours.
And this, and to put this in even more perspective, this is a Saturday at 10:30, 10:45. I couldn't believe
how much fucking traffic was on that.
So I'm not surprised at that. It's just like, what are you in a rush? Like, the only possible scenario is that is the way to the airport. But even then, fuck you, leave a half hour earlier.
Yeah.
I do think a lot of people on that bridge don't know where they're going. So they're...
No, but they're more obvious. They're the people that stop early and they go, oh shit. These are the people that they don't even touch the brake.
Can I say something? Me, and this is kind of embarrassing, but I'll be honest for the people. If I'm that guy and I miss my turn, I don't get over soon enough, I take my fucking punishment and get off the wrong exit and get back on and do it a second time.
And I will... Yes, you're right. That's the right thing to do.
That's what I do.
Now, on the scenario we're talking about, you take that wrong right, dude, you're adding another...
20 minutes.
There's not an easy... You're adding 20, 30 minutes.
I know. I've done it. That
yeah.
fucking specific spot.
Yes.
I actually ended up going through that tunnel when I should have exited
to the
left to go towards the turnpike. And I ate shit and learned my lesson.
Yeah, that's the thing. And the thing is probably the three guys we were talking about that we seen, they do it every day. They do it every day.
Mm-hmm.
Because in rush now, what you will see, like on a Saturday, if those guys just slammed on their brakes and they realize they're in the wrong place, I go, okay, it's Saturday. This is new to them. Maybe they're from out of town. But people do that all day, every day, like on rush hour 9 to 5 type of traffic. And then they just go like, I'm better than everyone else here.
Nothing ever happens when I do this. Why would I stop?
And that's where I want, like... I just want to see them crash their Mercedes.
That's where
I want to see them merge over, and some dude in a beat-ass Ford is like, go ahead and hit me.
Right
Please hit me. I need a new bumper anyway.
Yeah.
And scratch up the side of my fucking Tesla X.
So, yeah. Fuck you people. And,
be nicer on the road. I had a college professor say...
Just wait your turn.
The most social interaction most people have... I forget how she used to, but basically around that is driving.
That's like the opposite of a social interaction.
No, but you, like the definition of social interaction, like these are people in things.
Courteous.
Well, yeah, and just the fact that, like, I mean, especially in that situation in traffic, you can see each other. It might not be verbal, but nonverbal communication or, like, that shit doesn't happen in the line of a bank.
No.
If I'm standing at the line in the bank and some dude just comes sprinting in front of me, and I will grab him by the back of his throat and be like,
what the fuck are you
yeah, who are you?
Yeah.
But in a car, like, and it's
that bubble protection. Plus, you could speed away. That's what it is.
And on one last, maybe we'll kind of end on here. I've explained to a lot of people, and a lot of people explained to are from Pittsburgh, the Pittsburgh left.
Yeah.
And Rachel's probably going to come to the defense of it.
I get it.
You get why.
Yeah, because just let them go real quick so they don't have to wait through the whole line of all the
against the
traffic.
law.
A lot of people watching this are from Pittsburgh.
It's not against the law to let someone go.
Yes, it is.
It's not following.
It's literally called the right of way. Whose turn is it? So everyone, a lot of these people watching this do the Pittsburgh left. You know what I'm talking about. And if you don't know what it is, it's when you're in, at a red light, and the people in Pittsburgh just, if the person in opposed from them will just take the left turn.
No, so if you both have a green light and you're going straight at the light, and the opposing traffic is going left at that light, the person going straight
has the right of way.
But in Pittsburgh, the first person in line waits at the light for that person to make their left turn.
No, there's a difference. I have a problem if somebody just takes it upon themselves to turn left in that situation.
But Rachel, that's the problem. Because that makes a gray area. The reason there's
if someone
black and white
specifically looks at you, tells
She's
you
not gonna understand.
to wave on, then it's okay.
You have no leg to stand on here, Rachel.
And this is
I've lived in Pittsburgh my whole life.
But that's because it's the Pittsburgh left. There's a reason there's rules.
There's been people that have waited when I was making a left, and I was like,
you're holding up traffic.
I'm like, what the fuck? So then I start to go left, and then they start to go straight because I didn't take the Pittsburgh left early enough. That's fucking
That's
retarded.
the problem, though. There needs to be communication. You can't just assume.
There is no way to communicate.
You know what, Rachel?
With your freaking hands and your lights. Flash your lights.
There is communication, and it's called fucking traffic laws. There's a reason all the traffic laws in America are the same. Because that shit creates either traffic jam or an accident because...
It creates a gray area. And the communication is the light.
Yes.
The light is the communication.
It's weird. Everywhere in America, they have it's weird. It's these 3 circles. It's one's green, one's yellow, one is red, and sometimes they have an arrow.
This is clear
All
cut.
I'm saying is if you want to let somebody make that left, you should be able to.
You can.
Yeah.
But here's the...
And that's not against the law.
Do you know, and I bet you don't know this because... all of those lights, most of them anyway, have been designed by a city planner of how much traffic happens on this road, and they base of how long that green light goes and how long the red light is, which light should go, based on patterns and the law of the road.
Yeah, and
traffic
some people
pattern.
have an unfortunate spot where they've
But
gone
that's
away.
the design of the whole thing.
Yeah,
is that
so
unfortunate spot.
These civil engineers... it creates traffic at certain points because someone who's like, no, isn't my turn to go, which is the right thing to do, and they go, what do you do, dude? Go, what do you? And
That's
then
what I'm saying
that
happens
few
to me.
seconds can fuck up the whole rig.
Or just cause a straight up accident.
That's my thing.
Like, because I don't know that you're telling me to go because I'm not supposed to go left on this green light because you have the right of way.
You know what?
How am I supposed to know that you're being nice?
You know who in Pittsburgh is going to agree with us on this? Is the person that's been in that type of accident situation who goes, and they got fucked over by insurance because they were like, it's the Pittsburgh left. And they go, that's not the law, dude. This was your fault. And then he goes, yeah, you're right. Fuck the Pittsburgh left.
You're right.
That's the guy who now he's out for... And I haven't even been in that accident. I just know I passed my driving test with flying colors. I'm a very good driver, I think.
This just happened to me literally yesterday, where somebody was assuming I was making the Pittsburgh left.
That's the problem, though, is the assuming. If they would have waved you, you would have known
No,
to
I
go.
didn't go because
Yeah.
it's not part of...
Were they waving at you, though?
No.
Okay, that's the thing.
They were just waiting for me to go left.
They
and
just assumed it.
And I'm
That's my
sitting
thing.
there.
That's not okay.
Rachel, these aren't country bumping fuck roads where there's 12 cars. This is very highly populated areas.
Yeah, so
The
fucking
crazy
wave.
part is you're
You
still
can't-
defending.
You can't
I've been
defend
on
the
this-
gray area. You can't defend the
Alright.
gray area. There should be no gray area, and that's the light tells you what to do. And gray area is dangerous.
I've been on this rant for 11 years. And I never get to win it because I'm always in a room and people going, "Dude, it's nice." And they all go, "It's no, Philly, you guys are mean." And I go, I guess fucking law is mean.
It's funny, too, because, Rachel, we usually agree on things, and you're a very reasonable person. It's surprising me that you're still trying to
All
fight
I'm
this battle.
saying is if somebody wants to wave somebody on to let them take a Pittsburgh left, there's nothing wrong with that. Nobody should assume that they can
Okay.
go left at the first
Okay.
spot.
I'll just-
I'm not saying people should just go ahead and assume they can take
But that's
a
what they
Pittsburgh
do.
left or assume that someone is going to take a Pittsburgh left.
If you did that, if you take the average Yinzer who that is just normal to them, put them in any other city in the country, I would imagine, in a populated area, and a cop behind them saw them do that, they're getting a ticket.
They're going to pull them over for letting someone go?
Maybe not, but
If somebody takes the,
The
left,
other
assuming,
Assuming. This whole time I'm saying I don't think anyone should assume. If you get a wave, you get to go
Backpedal.
ahead.
Okay,
Backpedal.
no. But
That's what I've been saying the
I
whole
will-
time if you'd listen to me.
I'll say this, and we can end it with this, because I want the last word. If any other city, you waited for the person to make their Pittsburgh left, people will be fucking slamming their horns on, like, what the fuck are you doing? This is, do you not know how to drive? But, okay, if you want to wave somebody, and they can clearly, visibly see you waving, not at a busy intersection, though. Just go straight, because that's what the light says.
yeah. Back to calm. We're all not gonna do what everyone thinks I'm gonna do.
I don't know, movie.
But
line joke.
hey Rachel, intervention. You're wrong. Intervention. finally have someone on my side on that.
Sorry.
I'm not really that mad about it, but it's one of those pet peeves.
Trust me.
I like living in Pittsburgh. Don't get me wrong, but that's the one, and I've learned to adapt to it.
It's gonna take me a long time to get there.
It's just one of those things that when people's heels are so dug into it.
Can I also say genuinely that I'm worried that I'm gonna crash into somebody because they thought I was aware of the Pittsburgh left?
Well, and also in nowadays society, 70% of people at red lights are on their phone. So that, I mean, I have it happen on the turn here where there is no light. People are like, I see a car come there, and I'm like, flash my high beams. I'm like, trying to do the nice thing.
You become somebody who lets people take
No,
that
on
left.
the T here, because like they'll have, I have no cars behind me, and that's that fast road, and like no one, like he's making that
There's
left
no
and
light.
Yeah, there's no light, and he's
That's
holding up a
different.
lot, so that is different.
That's totally different.
There's no light dictating law, and then I'm going like, yeah, dude, hey, it's a shitty spot.
Even
there.
those situations though can get hairy.
Well, that's where I kind of don't do it that much anymore because I will try and be nice. I'm flashing high beams, I'm giving hand signals, but the guy's like, he's like,
I'm sure you've pulled up to a 4-way stop sign, and somebody that got there before you is like waving you. And it just, I'm like, why? Just go, man.
That one, I.
Why? Why let me go?
I take that as someone that wants to take their time or is texting,
guess.
so they're like, hey, just go ahead because I'm going to be like,
I don't
slow.
get-
Probably what it is, too.
I don't
And they
get
don't
the-
want you riding their ass.
Well, that's what I'm saying. The phone has added a whole nother caveat to it. But that situation, I run into it at the shopping center, Westview, and I think a lot of times it's like someone's like looking at their receipt, like it's in a parking lot going onto like not even a road.
Yeah, again, if there's no,
So that one, that happens a lot there. But a lot of times it's an old person and like they just got done grocery shopping and
And plus, like you said, I can't tell you how many times I've waved somebody and they just didn't even see me, and then I started to go and they saw me, and it just
and
like,
then you both do the inch like
Yeah.
me, you, me.
Yeah, that's what happens when people give me the Pittsburgh left right away, and I'm not used to it yet.
I don't even take it. I don't take it. I just go. No,
You wave back, though, so that's communication.
You see her still digging her heels?
Well, next week in Traffic Talk, what
Yes.
are we going to talk about?
Yeah, sorry, that was
No,
20
don't-
minutes.
That's entertainment. If I'm watching someone else's podcast and they're getting heated over something like that, I'm entertained.
Hey, I don't know if he does. Nate Marsh, you now no longer live in Pittsburgh. Does that shit fly in Chicago? I bet it doesn't. And
That's
comment.
why it's called the Pittsburgh left.
if it's
Not
in
the law!
If it's in the manual, the driver's manual, then we're wrong.
Yeah, it's weird that everyone, it's like, oh, I'm the insane person. Everyone else is wrong, and I'm right. It's the rest of the country must be wrong, and Pittsburgh's right. On the Pittsburgh left.
Let's close it out, buddy.
All right. Thanks for tuning in, guys. This is You Be All Right. Once again, I'm Gene Labordi, Stephen Labordi. I don't actually get mad at her like that. My beautiful wife and producer. I just learned this. EP, executive producer. That's like a step up in title. She does do all the hard work and make things look good. If you noticed, the production's getting
Every week it's getting
the production's
better.
getting pretty good.
Every
Thank you,
episode.
Rachel. You're putting your heart into it.
Like our shit.
Yes. Come on, guys. I'll
She's
share the
working
wealth.
hard as shit.
I'll take us all on vacation. Thanks, guys. You be all right.
Aight.
Handshakes. I was late on the music. Sorry, guys. Late on the music there. I was just so riled up from traffic talk.